Well, the weekend is here, and the Padres are next. What's up, everybody? I'm Jim Rodriguez, and welcome to the Friday Dodgers Latest here on our YouTube channel. Good stuff as always. We're approaching a milestone in terms of episodes, and we want to thank each and every one of you for being part of it, hanging out with us, and making us grow. And remember to hit that thumbs up button, like, subscribe, share as we continue to grow this community. And the Dodgers in the dog days getting ready for a huge series against the San Diego Padres in Petco Park. Dodgers, of course, swept the Padres last weekend at Dodger Stadium. We'll see if the Padres have a response. That's right. You can always hit me up right there on JRod Show at X and on Instagram. And, of course, you can leave your comments here on our YouTube page. But before we get to the Padres, let's look back at a very kind of disappointing four-game split between the Dodgers and the Rockies in Denver. But the one thing that was positive, the one thing that has been consistent, at least in the month of August, is the kid, right? The Hall of Famer, 3,000 strikeouts, first ballot, 22, who's going to be hanging in the rafters at Dodger Stadium. Kershaw wins again, 5 2/3 against the Rockies. He's got an ERA of 3.13 this year, 8-2, and look what he's done in the month of August. Talk about putting the team on his shoulders. He's 4-0, ERA under 2 this month. He might be the only one that doesn't want August to end the way he's been pitching. And who would have thought, right? With all the signings, the Blake Snells, the Glasnows, the Yamamotos, the Sasaki's, all these pitchers, it would be a 37-year-old left-hander who is probably, in the last year of his career and was more or less going to be kind of like a fifth starter on this team. He has been, as usual, the unquestioned ace at 8-2, and again, he has been remarkable in the month of August. And I know he beat the Rockies, and people will say, but you know what? He also beat the Blue Jays. He also beat the Padres this month. It's been a remarkable month from a remarkable human being. And we wish him the best as we cut down to the stretch. I'll tell you what. It's not going to happen. But give me a better pitcher for the Dodgers this year. I don't think there is one. And the good thing though is, as Kershaw has been able to sort of bridge the gap between injuries and stuff like that, the Dodgers are getting better, and we'll get into that as we get further along here on Dodgers Latest. Well, for a guy who's had a great August, a guy who's had a great week, is Freddy Freeman, right? Starting with that Padres series last weekend and into Denver. Look what Freddy's done the last 7 games. 346, a couple of homers, 6 runs scored, 6 RBIs, and he has seemed to have found it. And all of a sudden you look up, and Freddy Freeman is now tied with his teammate, Will Smith, and Trey Turner, his ex-teammate, for the National League batting title, right? At 303. So Freddy continuing to rip. Got the Dodgers on the board early yesterday in Denver, and we can only hope that he is now completely healed and ready to go and get that offense going. Mookie Betts has been hitting as well. And I'll tell you what, the sort of the stuntmen, remember the 88 Dodgers? The stuntmen, the reserve players, the Buddy Kennedys, the Alex Freelands, the Justin Dean, they've really, really helped out Dalton Rushing in this time of need for the Dodgers. And I'll tell you what, I keep repeating myself. They're getting healthier, and maybe, just maybe, it might push them over the top to distance themselves from the Padres. Well, and speaking of the Padres, we've talked about it. 3 games at Petco this weekend, starting tonight. Dodgers leading the West by 1 game in the National League West, and the good thing is, they're leading by 2. Why? Well, because look at that. The Dodgers are 8-2 against the Padres this year with 3 games left. And so they own the tiebreaker against San Diego. So for the Dodgers to not win the division, the Padres would have to they'd have to win out. They'd have to have a better record than the Dodgers. The Dodgers, all they have to do is tie the Padres to win the division if both teams are in the playoffs. And right now, obviously, the Padres are in as a wild card. The Dodgers are in as a division. So, that important home game series, maybe get one of those top 2 seeds. Those are all important, and it starts by winning your division. And right now the Dodgers have a clear advantage because they have won the tiebreaker against San Diego, 8-2 this year with the last 3 games against the Padres. That's kind of sad, though. The balanced schedule and stuff, Dodgers and Padres are done after this weekend. No more for the Dodgers and Padres, but let's break down what we got going on this weekend. Tonight, ex-Padre ex-Cy Young Award winner for the Padres. Blake Snell's on the mound in his 1.80 ERA. He will draw Yu Darvish, who is coming back from injury. His ERA is almost 6. Dodgers got after him at Dodger Stadium last time out. So that's tonight, Snell and Darvish. Then you got Tyler Glasnow and his ERA of 3.12. He'll draw Nestor Cortez. That's right, Nestor Cortez. We all remember him in that World Series against Freddy Freeman. That is game 2 on Saturday. And then Sunday, probably the Padres' best pitcher, Nick Pivetta, will be on the mound. 13-game winner so far, and a sparkling 2.81 ERA. And he will draw Yoshinobu Yamamoto, who pitched really well in Denver. 7 innings, 3 runs to start this road trip. So Snell, Glasnow, and Yamamoto are the rotation for the Dodgers to try to distance themselves. They lead the West by 1 over the Padres, and right now, they are tied with the Cubs as the top wild card. And what the importance about that is, right now, if the playoffs started today, the Dodgers would be the 3 seed, which means they'd have to play in the wild card series, right? Which is a best of 3. The team with the better record gets all 3 games at home. Dodgers don't want to do that, right? You want to win the division, assure yourself a 5-game series in the division series, and get that week off heading into the postseason. But right now, the Dodgers, who are trying to catch the Phillies for that number 2 seed, and I'll tell you what, for as important of this series is against the Padres, next week is even wilder because the Reds come to town, and the Reds are a half a game out of the last wild card spot. The Dodgers still have games against the Phillies and the Mariners, so lots of work to do for the Dodgers, but it starts with, the journey of 1,000 steps begins with the first, and it begins with the Padres series tonight. Should be a wild one tonight. The atmosphere at Petco Park is going to be wild. It's funny. We talked about it a little bit on last Friday, when the Dodgers opened up their series against the Padres. There was kind of a quiet, sort of angst at Dodger Stadium. Don't think we're going to have that. It's going to be an absolute rock concert over at Petco Park. For as much as the Padres are a pain in the ass and their fans are weird and they do weird videos, that fan base has really grown and really, really wants to beat the Dodgers. I've always said this: when the Dodgers and Padres are good, it's good for baseball. When the Dodgers and Giants are good, it's good for baseball. Just like when the Red Sox and Yankees are good, Cubs, Cardinals, etc. And once again, this is the best current rivalry in baseball, and we get another 3 games of it this weekend. This time at Petco Park in San Diego. All right, and the Dodgers, for as much as we have been consistently inconsistent due to injury, well, they get 2 guys coming back, 2 big boosts to the bullpen. Tanner Scott, the closer, he is going to be activated, and he will be able to pitch tonight. That's according to Dave Roberts. He has been out of action since July 22nd with an inflamed elbow. No damage. He just needed some rest. He went down to Oklahoma City, pitched well. So he will be activated and ready to go tonight at Petco Park. He's been a huge disappointment this year, right? 4.14 ERA, 19 saves, but he's blown 7 of them. That elbow inflammation seems to be cool and under control. So Tanner Scott is back. He will be activated tonight. And tomorrow they get Kirby Yates back. He will be coming off the IL. So 2 huge components to the Dodger bullpen are going to be in this series against the Padres and ready to go. And that's all it is. The starters finally got well. Now the bullpen's getting well. Hopefully the hitting's getting well, and all of a sudden you look up and it's the same good old Dodgers who are defending the World Championship. Fingers crossed, health, and at the end of the day, it's great baseball this weekend as the Dodgers and Padres go round and round in San Diego. We'll have all of it for you on Monday as we recap. And again, we talked about it will be a 7-game homestand starting Monday for the Dodgers, or 6-game homestand with the Reds and Diamondbacks. And the Reds, like I say, half a game out of that last wild card. So no rest for the weary as the Dodgers continue this march into the playoffs. Remember to hit me up on X and on Instagram at JRodShow. Love your comments here on our YouTube page here at Dodgers Latest. Enjoy the weekend, enjoy the series, and remember, it's always time for Dodger baseball.